Hi, it's Mrs. Sheely, and I am your mystery reader for today. So hopefully after reading some of my clues, you might have been able to figure out that it was me. Just to go over my clues, one of my clues was that I've had stitches twice, 2 times, once in my tongue and once in my ear. And you probably thought that was really crazy. So when I had stitches in my tongue, I don't remember it. I was only like 3 years old. So I just know from stories that my mom and dad told me. But what happened was I was rocking in a rocking chair and I went a little too wild and the rocking chair fell back and my tongue came out and I bit right through my tongue and it was bleeding and they couldn't get it to stop. So I had to get stitches in my tongue. And then when I had stitches in my ear, it was when I was in the 4th grade. And when I was in the 4th grade, we went to school in Burkittsville. And so I was going up to show my teacher something at her desk, and I slipped on a piece of paper that was on the floor and hit my head on the side of a desk, and it just got my ear right in the wrong spot, and it started bleeding and wouldn't stop. And I had to get stitches in my ear. So that is pretty crazy. Something you probably didn't know about me. Another one of my clues was that I root for the Steelers. So I wore my Steelers jersey. And so there's only a couple teachers at St. Henry that root for the Steelers. So that clue might have given me away. Another clue that I gave was my name. So my last name is Mrs. Sheely. And those of you who know my first name is Sarah. So both my first name and my last name start with the same letter. So I gave that clue. Another clue I gave was that when I was in high school, I was a cheerleader and I cheered with the mom of one of my students. And that is Kyla's mom. And I have a picture. She's probably maybe not going to be happy that I'm sharing this picture. So this was when I was in high school, and here's me at the top. And there's Kyla's mom. So I was a cheerleader with Kyla's mom. And you might recognize some of the other girls in this picture. Some still live in St. Henry. I know one is a student in my class. Levi's aunt's in this picture. And so Ava's aunt is also in this picture. So yep, I was a cheerleader in high school with Kyla's mom. And then my last clue, I'm gonna have to take the video with me, is that there are my three children go to St. Henry Elementary with me. And they don't know that I'm gonna sneak up on them. So you know my 3 kids. And one is Tucker. Can you say hi, Tucker?
Hi.
And Tucker's in kindergarten in Mrs. Lange's class. And my other kids at St. Henry Elementary are, who's that? London. And Mrs. Ligers and Mrs. Ebbing and Mr. Kramer and Mrs. Beckman, 3rd grade classes. And Stella.
Setting up some boxes.
From Mrs. Kanapke's 1st grade class. So those are all my clues. So now I'll get back to share my book. So I chose a book that I usually like to read to my class at the end of the year as we get ready for school to be out. And so I picked this story called The Night Before Summer Vacation. Now, I know that I had plans to go to the beach this summer for my summer vacation, and I'm not sure I'm going to get to go anymore, but I am hoping I'll get to do something for vacation. We'll plan something with my family to enjoy our summer. So this story is The Night Before Summer Vacation, and it sounds a lot like The Night Before Christmas, which I'm sure you've heard before. So, 'twas the night before leaving on summer vacation. My family was bursting with anticipation. Dad made a checklist, which he checked as he went. The bug spray, the backpacks, the umbrella, and tent. Mama grabbed the graham crackers and stuff for the s'mores. So they're going to do s'mores on their vacation. We carried out helmets, the canoe, and the oars. Remember my raft, my snorkel and bike, plus Pete's doggy bowls and Jimmy's new trike. Down from the attic, our suitcases came. Mom whistled and shouted as reffing a game. In bathing suits, in flip-flops, in sunblock and hats, in flashlight, in lounge chairs, and wiffle ball bats. To the top of the pile, to the top of the heap. Now pack away, 5 layers deep. So that's kind of the part in The Night Before Christmas when they're reciting all of the different reindeer names. That's kind of the same part, but different words since it's the night before summer vacation. We stuffed and we filled every inch of the shell. Like a water balloon, it started to swell. So they're keeping all of their suitcases and things they need to bring on vacation in this shell that they're going to put on top of their car. Done with our packing, we ate dinner at last. Then we got out the scrapbooks of vacations past. There were photos of us at the Museum of Toasters, and my father and I riding fast roller coasters. Here's Jimmy on Babe and me with Paul Bunyan, and there's Mommy besides the world's largest onion. So there are some vacations that they already went to. A Museum of Toasters. I have no idea what that is. We laughed about trips we'd taken before. Our week at the beach did nothing but pour. It was so cold that we all wore our fleeces, but we finished a puzzle with 2,000 pieces. At last it was time to climb into our beds where visions of marshmallows danced in our heads. So it looks like their vacation is going to be camping. In the morning, Dad shouted, "Get up, rise and shine. It's 3:45. Let's leave here on time." 3:45 in the morning, that is super early for vacation. Then a few moments later, there arose such a clatter, we ran to the window to see what was the matter. When what to our wondering eyes should appear but Dad the camper in his long trail of gear. He chuckled and said, "Let's hit the road before our camper decides to explode." We all squeezed in, then drove down our street. I suddenly cried out, "Yikes! We forgot Pete." Can't leave Pete behind. Dad made a U-turn and Pete jumped inside. There he is. Now we were ready for the 10-hour ride. So sometimes when you go on vacation, you're so excited, but then you have a long car ride to get there. 10 hours for their vacation. I heard Jimmy ask as we drove out of sight, "Mommy, are we there yet?" She said, "With any luck, by tonight." And that's the end. So I hope you get to enjoy some fun this summer. And I really miss everybody, and I hope you enjoyed following all of my clues and hope you were able to figure out that it was Mrs. Shealy. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.